Delano's Wastewater Treatment Facility. Wastewater is any water that has been used by humans and contaminated. Examples would be showers, sinks, washing dishes, and toilets. Any untreated water that is entering the plants is considered to be influent water. Water that has been treated and is ready to leave the plant is called effluent water. Water that leaves your homes or businesses move through underground pipes by the force of gravity to reach the treatment facility. The first stop for influent water is the main lift station. Here the goal is to grind up and remove any large particles like rags, towels, or hygiene products from the water before moving on to the rest of the plant. After these large particles are removed, influent water is piped through the slitter box, which is still part of the primary treatment process. The slitter box removes any sand or grit from the water that could damage pipes or pumps in the plant. From the slitter box, water is sent to the SBR tanks, where the secondary treatment process begins with the help of bacteria. This picture is like a small model of the SBR tanks. In wastewater, 99.9% of all wastewater is pure water, leaving only 0.1% of it as solid waste. The SBR tanks are occasionally stirred and then allowed to settle. The higher density particles sink to the bottom, while lower density particles remain suspended in the water column. Bacteria, or bugs, and other microorganisms are the true stars of the secondary treatment process. In the SBR tanks, bacteria are given a home, a food source, which is the waste, and oxygen provided by the plant. These bacteria then consume most of the remaining suspended particles. When the bacteria have consumed most of the suspended particles in the top level of the SBR tanks, the now clean water is sent to the post-EQ tank. This tank contains water almost ready to leave the plant. Remember, the green color is a harmless plant called duckweed that grows in the post-EQ tank. From the post-EQ tank, water is piped through ultraviolet radiation that removes or kills any remaining pathogens, which are disease-causing organisms. This is the last step in treating water before the water is released or returned to the Crow River. Back in the SBR tanks, the more dense particles or waste settled to the bottom. This waste or sludge is then sent through two other sludge or waste tanks for about a period of 3 weeks. Finally, at the end of the treatment process, sludge is sent to the reed beds. These reeds serve as a biological treatment as their root system continues to break the sludge down. After a period of about 14 years, the reed beds will fill up with sludge, and this sludge is then sent to a landfill. Some plants in Minnesota continue to process the sludge so that they can use it as a fertilizer for fields or personal yards. This may be an option in the future for Delano, though it is more expensive. Hopefully students began to understand what Delano does with its natural resource of water after the people use it. And hopefully students also appreciated the time our guide, Jeff, spent with us.